Why is it not clicking? Oh, well, I guess there's what's going on here for the Tuesday game. Monday slate was asked, but we survived.
I mean, speak for yourself. 3-1 tonight for me, so it was a good day. Not trying to be all cumbersome over a 3-1 day. IDub with a massive cover. Charleston Southern absolute beatdown on South Carolina State, and then Texas got it done as well too with some ease. I mean, only ended up winning by like 25, but it was a pretty good game. Kansas State team total over. I didn't end up betting it, but hit with ease as well too. Penn minus 5.5 didn't get done, but they were wide awake and right there, but then just kind of blew it at the end. Was up and down in the second half. Lafayette kept coming back. Penn was starting out hot, but hey, 3-1, stacked and bread, 0.88. Shout out Marvin Harris.
What were your bets?
My bets were Penn minus 5.5, Charleston Southern minus 10.5, Texas minus 21.5, and then University of Incarnate Word plus 1.5.
Hell yeah.
Started 0-1, finished 3-0.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Yeah. I don't think the slate was at all. Games are kind of fire a little bit too.
That Charleston Southern one was easy, no sweat.
It was. They started out down actually. South Carolina State was actually beating them by like 8 or 10, but that's all. Then they just ran out of gas. Southern kind of put it on at the end of the first half, and then it was over from then. Yeah. But Incarnate Word, 57 second half points. Shout out Incarnate Word. It was a great game. If anyone got eyes on New Orleans Incarnate Word, I did end up watching this game. It was a fun one.
I did actually. Well, I was watching the K-State game, and then I ended up getting eyes on like the last 1.5 minutes. So good little finish. I thought they were actually going to steal that game.
Yeah, I thought so too. It was definitely like read up to that, and then I was like, all right, they're back within 5 or 6. I'm watching. I was like, maybe they'll cover, and I'm like, well, and I'm like, that was a sweaty one. That was a fun one. Good little Monday sweat on a 5-game slate, 6-game slate.
6, yeah.
Right on, Trevor. Shout out Puzzo 2K. Thanks for tuning in, man. Trevor, stop vaping. He says we love the pod. Keep up the good work.
Put it on the donation list.
We'll put it on the
donation him to stop vaping, baby.
I bet Trevor's gone through a battle once or twice of maybe giving up vaping, then going back to vaping. It's a tough battle.
No, if I stop vaping, I'm just smoking cigs again. So vaping it is. I can vape anywhere.
All right. Well, Puzzo, do you think he should smoke cigs instead of vaping, or what do you think?
Really wish I could. I would rather smoke cigs than vape. But no.
Either way, thanks for tuning in and love the pod. Keep up the good work. We appreciate you. Thank you. We're trying. Saturday was embarrassing, but we're trying. We're there. It's been a good day. So yeah. All right. Yeah. We got Trev is definitely a geek bar guy. I can tell. Is it? We got geek bar or elf bar going on?
Sure.
That's where he actually sees the lines. Actually, he like looks at the geek bar and the lines are available on it. That little, it's the one with like the scoreboard looking thing, right?
Yeah, those things are nuts. No, this is just juice and battery percentage. That is it. Simple.
But yeah,
non-chargers.
Fun one today with Incarnate Word. 57 second half points. Anyone bored after this? Hell, maybe you're bored right now. Turn on those highlights in the background. Watch that stuff. It's better than this Monday Night Football game, let me tell you. For sure.
Okay. I'm sweating. I need Jalen Hurts to get less than like 0.35 points so I can make the playoffs. And he's at 0.4. I really need like another fumble or interception out of his ass, for the love of God. Like how I'm with 7 minutes left, I'm like a half of a 0.5 of a point away from playoffs. This is brutal.
Yeah, it could be a good game all you want, but whatever. I'd rather watch Southern Miss and Grambling. Team total didn't go, but anyone bet Southern Miss -7.5. Hope you did.
Sweat free.
Wow. Oh, yeah, a little bit. You probably got a way better number. Maybe Southern Miss plus money at one point, even too.
100%. You got Southern Miss plus money for sure.
If you did, well, if you live bet that game for sure. But yeah, that was a hilarious game. Hilarious game for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a good one. Good old Monday. Let's talk about Penn real quick, then we can move on to the slate. Penn, they have the offense, but just defensively, they struggle, and they kind of play that LA Fitness kind of ball, but they're not like stacked up like some of those athletes at Iowa that Fran McCaffrey had. Did you guys get any eyes on this one too? These are the only two games I watched: New Orleans and Infinite Word, and then Lafayette, Pennsylvania. I did keep up with Charleston Southern, South Carolina State. But and I didn't watch Texas, unfortunately. But that was a fun one. I was too locked in on IDub and New Orleans. Did you guys get eyes on the Penn Lafayette game?
I did not.
Penn didn't have their leading scorer and defense again. They were only up they were up almost 20 in the first half, something like that. And don't cover. So gotta love that.
Yeah, there are a lot of fouls late too. I mean, even by Penn, where they just didn't need to foul also. So, yeah, maybe they're better. I mean, even as a dog, they kind of struggle, honestly. But this line jumped. It went from 5.5 from last night to 7.5. So we got a good number. It looked like it was going to be good. And then, yeah, something about that Fran McCaffrey system where they can play a lot of close games, even against inferior competitions.
Yeah. I mean, if they had their leading scorer, maybe it was a different story, but still up 20. Gotta cover 6.5. Gotta cover 6.5.
Well, before we get into it, I want to shout out Rhythm. We are sponsored specifically by Rhythm.ai. So if you download on the App Store Rhythm AI or go to rhythm.com, they got it all, man. They've been hitting our plays of the days. We've been giving out some insights to the predictive modeling. The days of going into Excel, downloading raw data, loading up a big CSV, doing some model churnings, doing some trimmings. Even it's tough. Those days are over. When you got a tool like Rhythm to just go and log into your phone, check your app, and the bets are right there. NFL, college football, college basketball, you kind of name it. They got it all. WNBA, and like I said, they kind of started with a college basketball route. So their whole some of their motivation and inspiration was for college basketball for Rhythm. So very cool. We will continue using their model, and we'll have a Rhythm play of the day for sure today. And yes, they have been hitting, and they're hitting at a success rate just like we are. Let's keep shooting, guys. How about we keep shooting into this Super Tuesday slate?
What was your Rhythm play of the day today?
We didn't have one due to the lack of the slates, but they did. I did shout out that Rhythm liked Charleston Southern, so that's why I ended up betting Charleston Southern. So should have made it the play of the day, but there was just a lack of games available. So with their smart signals.
Gotcha.
But they did like Charleston Southern. I shouted that out. So and that one did hit with ease. They won by 40.
I did not see the score of that one, but I'm glad I didn't bet South Carolina. Good Lord.
Charleston Southern won by 40. Yes, they were dominant. But like I said, South Carolina State did get up 10 points originally, but then it was just no looking back for the Pirates. Buccaneers, whatever. Well, boom, bop, bam. Buffalo Bulls are laying a small point, a fraction of a point against, very specific about their location, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. The Retrievers. What do you guys got in this one? Anything? I mean, Buffalo laying a point, or is Buffalo coming back to earth after their St. Bonaventure loss? I'm not buying into it. UMBC just beat Bucknell. I know that UMBC can kind of run. Jim Ferry's a good coach, but Buffalo's kind of better, man. I want to ride the Bulls here again. See if we can stay on for at least more than 6 seconds.
Yeah, it'd be Bulls too. I mean, I know UMBC's at home, but their best win is Wagner this year, maybe Bucknell. Haven't really been too sharp. I know they played Georgetown, George Washington, Dayton, so some tough teams. But Buffalo hung with Bonaventure. I mean, they beat Vermont, they beat DePaul. They got some decent wins and played tough too. So I think they're battle tested. I'll take the Bulls money line in this one.
Yep, no, for sure. I'm right there with you guys. I faded the Bulls against the Bonnies there on Saturday, and I think this is a nice little bounce back spot for them. Them coming off the loss, UMBC coming off the win. I know it's at home. Line's kind of a little short, maybe potentially, but I'll dive into it and I'll ride the Bulls here, laying the 1.5. Just give me the money line for right now. That's fine.
And who's going to stop Daniel Freytag? Daniel Freytag for Buffalo is one of my favorite guards this year. He's a dominant three-point shooter when he shoots. He's very efficient, and that's where UMBC's defense lacks a ton there. So, man, I wish those player props existed for us on some of those. But, yeah, Daniel Freytag, get it done for Buffalo. Maybe a lot closer than we think, but they're going to get it done on the road.
And Ryan Sabol, too. He's another one. That backcourt tandem that they have with that three-point shooting prowess is nice. And you definitely mentioned the fact that, UMBC's three-point defense struggles. So I think that'll be key for sure.
Yeah, and shout out Meg. Graphics look so good. I agree. The person that makes them, very thankful for him. He's a good dude. So
that's what I hear.
Thank God he didn't bet South Carolina State, though. VMI is laying 11. I'm stupid. Laying 1 against Loyola Maryland. Over under 151.5. VMI is laying a point? Really? I know it's Loyola, though. Should this be the we don't care play of the day?
Yeah, I mean, well, you got both. Well, I guess both are off of the loss, but VMI 1 win, Southern Indiana. Otherwise, they've been D2 schools, Loyola Maryland, Stonehill, Coppin State are their wins. I'll take VMI. I think they're laying points for a reason. It's not like Loyola Maryland is any significant wins, and whenever they've hit the road, they've lost. Fairfield beat them. Duquesne busted them. Not even holding Kentucky one over them. Hampton beat them by 20. NJIT beat them. I'll take VMI. Don't love it, but I'll take VMI money line.
Is Ricky Bradley ever going to play for VMI, or is he just going to just miss the entire season?
Probably miss the entire season. Just the way
probably.
Because if he was playing, I would feel a lot better about picking VMI. But man, they cannot score without him.
Laying points for a reason.
I'll go with Loyola on the road. Just lost the game by 20 on the road. Fade the Keydets during the week. Nobody's going to be there. They got business to attend to. So if this was on Saturday, I'd bet VMI.
I think that's actually a really good call out about the Keydets if it was on Saturday. But I'll ride VMI. I'm going to pick them no bet, but I may end up betting this. I think this is a point discrepancy for the total. I like the over here in the situation. I know that some people run at slow pace, but defensively they give up a ton of possessions. Both sides, both teams do. They can't defend worth crap at all. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the over here on my play. But if I had to break the tie between you two, I'll take the Keydets. No bet. Over maybe though. Oh baby. This game is Madison Square Garden, by the way. BYU versus Clemson. BYU is laying 6.5. Is this line still 6.5? Over under is 152.5. See 150.5 on FanDuel as well too. This line's already kind of jumped as well. We're up to 7.5 already, by the way. I think we'll lay it. I'm going to lay it. I think BYU, they've proven that they can go on a neutral, play solid. Miami by 10. I know that Dayton kind of spoiled them a little bit, but that was after a back-to-back. They still looked good. They've played in almost – this is like their 6th neutral game in a row, semi-aways, semi-homes, UConn, Wisconsin. So Villanova on a neutral. I mean, they've barely been in Provo. They've been playing all over. I like that they've been kind of preparing, getting this team primed and ready for playing on neutrals in March. I think we're going to ride the momentum here. BYU's defense is very disruptive. Clemson fouls a good amount. BYU doesn't. Both teams can rebound, so this is where it's going to be one down low. I'll lay it with the Cougars here.
Yeah, I'll take Clemson.
By the way.
Yeah, I'll wait on Clemson. They've looked pretty good. Brunell, great coach, or Brownell, whatever you say his name is. But coming off the loss to Alabama, it was a 6-point loss. Hung in with them offensively. I mean, they've played Georgia. They beat them in overtime. They beat West Virginia. So, I mean, two different styles of teams they've hung with, and then they went to Alabama, true road game. Hung in there majority. Georgetown did beat them, but that was the first road game of the year. BYU just been playing these neutrals. Sure, they're a little used to it, but now you got to fly all the way across country. Clemson's going to be basically right there. I'll take Clemson and Brunell to keep this close. They've played this kind of team before, so I got faith they'll hang in. They're big, they got size, and they got a great coach.
Yeah, you said this is 7.5 now. I'm seeing maybe
7.5 at MGM is right. Even. Yep. Minus 108. Ooh. Love that.
Yeah, I'll be on BYU here at this number, but if this climbs a little bit to like that 10 range, I'll fire on Clemson probably. I think this line's pretty spot on. Only reason I'm leaning towards BYU right now is they've already played in about 3 different NBA arenas, so they're used to the atmospheres. And I just think that Clemson had that hard-fought loss to Alabama on the road. Now they got a second get-up spot there in a big-ass arena like that. The only neutral they played was the TD Arena there in Charleston. I'll take BYU. I think they're a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more familiar in one of those NBA arenas. But if it gets up, up to double digits, I might Benedict and take Clemson.
I'm gonna take the 7.5. I took it already. Let's go. How about they win by 10 if it gets up to that?
Works for me.
Villanova's catching 15.5 at Michigan. I believe this is a true road game.
Yes.
Yeah. So Villanova has hit the road. They played LaSalle. So that's the one road game they have under the belt. They played BYU, lost by 5. This Michigan team looks to be a force, but Villanova's got some interior presence, though. I mean, they're number 2 offensive rebounding, defensively top 100 also. The 3 points, though, they're allowing 42.5 from 3. That could really backfire on them. At some point, Michigan can't be covering these numbers and playing this good every single night. Willard came from Maryland. He's been inside of Ann Arbor. He knows what it's like. I think he'll have his guys ready. I'll take Villanova. I'm assuming this will probably go up a little bit, so I'll sit and wait. But I like Villanova. I think this is a get-up game. I think they keep this game within single digits. Michigan can't win every game by 40. So give me the Wildcats here.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I think this is a spot where we saw them kind of stumble in a semi-home in Detroit against Wake Forest. Outside of that, they like you said, they've won every game by 40 plus against really good opponents: San Diego State, Auburn, Gonzaga, not Rutgers. But Villanova comes in, like you said. Willard knows things. I think I think that they could be somewhat solid. It's their first kind of true road game. I mean, this place is going to be jumping. Fans are bought in. Michigan's got the whole crowd bought in. They can't defend the three at all, which is kind of scary for me here. But I think Nova can win by margin or lose by margin. But I mean, I don't think that they're live by any means. But I'll let this continue to climb like you, Trevor, and take the Wildcats here. Love that logo.
Yeah, I know that logo's sick. I would be on Villanova, but my bet in this game is just going to be the over 148.5. I think that Michigan, as you've seen, they're just going to run at pace and score a shit ton of points. Even if they win, this just prevents even if they win by 30. If it's a 90 to 60 game, my over hits. If it's 100 to 7, even 100 to 50, it's my over hit. So I'll just be on the over here, especially for one of the points you mentioned, Huff. Villanova's almost dead last in defending the three. I think Michigan will be able to be effective from the three, but I also think Villanova is going to be able to not only, score and shoot kind of similar to what Wake did, taking advantage of the 3-point line, but also they're efficient from the line as well. So if Michigan fouls, which, they've been prone to foul a little bit, Villanova is going to be able to capitalize from the free throw line. So I will take the over 148.5.
I like that, Elliot. I like that bet a lot. I just wrote that down. Just if I see Nova still at like 15, I don't know. We'll see. I like that bet though. Great call.
South Dakota State is at Ball State. They're laying 6.5 over under 138.5.
I should go to this.
Why not?
It's an hour away, but Ball State 6.5. They're so bad. I mean, there's gonna be no one there. Let me tell you.
Probably not.
Lay it with South Dakota State. They'll walk into the bird's nest, and I'm sorry. I mean, this Ball State team has been really hard as an alum to handle. But it is a weird travel spot for South Dakota State, going into Muncie in this winter storm. But I think South Dakota State will be just fine. Coach Brian Peterson, he's been solid. I mean, they've been bad on road spots outside of Northern Arizona, but I think this is a good road spot for them. I think Ball State could play some defense, but their offense is just atrocious, man. They scored below 60 in almost every game, won even a 37. They had a 96-point performance, an 84 against a D2, and then a 75-point game. Outside of that, they've been horrible offensively. I don't think they'll be able to keep up against the South Dakota State defense. I'll lay it.
Yeah. Lay it. Ball State's horrendous. They're god awful. I don't care if they're at home or on the road or on Mars. They're awful this year. Give me South Dakota State. I'll go down with the ship. If Ball State pops up, so be it. But they have not been popping up at all this year, except for that one game after they scored 37.
I'll be happy. Yeah, we called that, and I'll be happy if they do. But yeah, that logo is awesome too. Shout out Charlie Cardinal. I got that flag in my garage.
Hell yeah, yeah. No, I think despite the snowstorm, South Dakota, they're used to the snow. They're gonna have no problems traveling in this snowstorm. They just dropped that home game to Idaho, so they're gonna be a little pissed off. They're gonna come take it out on Ball State. I'll lay it here with South Dakota State. I think besides Wisconsin, this is probably the second best defense just in general that Ball State's played, and the fact that they already struggle on offense and they were playing, lower tier, bottom 250 plus Ken Palm defensive efficiency teams. Now you're taking a step up in competition on the defensive end for sure. It's kind of where the Jackrabbits like to play this year. I think that they're going to be able to shut down Ball State. So I'll lay it with South Dakota State here. Even looking at maybe a team total under for Ball State. I don't know what that would be.
It would be 66.5.
Yeah, I could see him just eclipsing 60.
Yeah, and I mean, South Dakota lost 3 of the last 4 too: Valley, Irvine, Idaho, and then they beat Northern Arizona. There's a spot to bounce back. It is definitely against Ball State.
We'll definitely certainly outdrink South Dakota State, though. Matter of fact, we'll outdrink anyone in the Midwest in college. So we'll go pound for pound, and per capita, that is. I mean, we don't have 40,000 kids like we do up in Madison and Bloomington, but we'll outdrink them per capita. Easy money.
No shot.
Shout out Ian Lawson, my man. Appreciate you, dude. $10 donation. Appreciate you guys. Dude, thank you, man. We appreciate you. Know that you've been tuning in lately, so we appreciate your support, man. Thanks for the donation.
Helms gets it. Helms is done Mifflin. He knows.
Dude, pound for pound. I mean, whatever. How many? Nope. Nope. You never been to the mean streets of Muncie. Grab yourself a handle of a green apple skull and get into it.
Never been on the mean streets of Appleton.
I've been up in Wisconsin in some places. Don't you worry, but I'll be up there soon. But you never been to the mean streets of Muncie, meth capital of the world.
Potentially, Fond du Lac gives them a run for their money. Little Rock's catching 24.5 against West Virginia. No. Give me West Virginia. I don't care if they're off of a loss. They've got Ohio State. They were not at home, semi-home. Back home for this, and they hit a neutral against Ohio State. I know Little Rock is awful, but 24.5 for West Virginia is too much. I mean, yes, they got blown out by Marquette by 40, but I don't really want to lay 24.5 for the West Virginia team that plays incredibly slow and makes you kill time on the defensive end too. So it's getting 131 total. They're going to win by 25. No, give me Little Rock. They lose by 17. Just too many points for a team that plays incredibly slow.
Yeah, the over-under is just too much for me. I think it's spot on. I don't want to take an under there, but man, I actually am not afraid to lay here. West Virginia's been proven that they can do this, and they've been kind of drilling teams, especially in Morgantown. And now we got Little Rock, whose defense has just been putrid. West Virginia now off a loss too. Held Mercyhurst to 38, 49 to Coppin, 59 to Lafayette at home, 49 to Pittsburgh, 47 to Lehigh. I don't see Little Rock being able to score even with, I mean, they kind of limit possessions. So this is going to be a very slow game. But even with how good they shoot the three, which I think is where West Virginia's weakness is on defense, they can kind of play better in the interior. I still think Little Rock will not be able to score at all. So I'll lay it here with West Virginia. Check the page on the sheet tomorrow to see if I bet it here in about 4 hours.
Yeah, I'll lay it. No bet for me. I'm not gonna. Little Rock is just absolutely terrible this year.
I love Darryl Rocker, but I agree.
I'm kind of conflicted with my two. I don't want to back Little Rock, but I also don't want to lay a big number with West Virginia. Even though they have shown, like you said, Huff, to cover this number here recently against these not so great teams. But I'll lay it with West Virginia. No bet for me though.
Little Rock stinks. Love Darryl.
Coppin State's catching 20.5 at St. Joe's.
I've just stayed away from this Coppin State team like it's anthrax or something. I'm out of here. I'll take Coppin, let it grow with the points, but which Coppin State team are we going to get? I mean, St. Joe's really hasn't impressed me. I know their defense is stout, but offensively they've kind of struggled to shoot. They kind of win down low, which is a major problem for Coppin State. I'll take them plus the points. No bet. I'll lay it with St. Joe's. No bet.
I'll take Coppin, no bet. St. Joe's off of the Temple game. Now they're back home, and they have Syracuse on deck on Thursday. Go through the motions. I mean, we've seen Coppin State pop up. LaSalle 22. James Madison was a 14-point game. South Alabama was a 10-point game. Where was the other one I saw? They played somebody else tight. I can't find it offhand. Who was it? Maybe it was just those two. Regardless, don't like the spot for St. Joe's. I'm not betting this game, but I'll take Coppin State.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think St. Joe's should be laying 20 to anybody. I mean, this is the second worst team in the country, so I guess lay 20.5 with the Missouri Valley or Mississippi Valley State, sure. But man, Coppin State plus 20.5, I'll take it. I do not want to bet Coppin State, so this will be a no bet for me, but I will take the points.
NC Central's catching 38.5 at Kentucky. These are the teams that Kentucky kills. They've got a lot of frustration built up.
NC Central just lost the rivalry game too. Up at halftime and get blown out and get the brakes beat off of you by 15 and lose by 15 in the second half.
Yeah, I mean,
you saw what happened. You saw what they did the last two times they responded to losses against these higher level competition. Beat Eastern Illinois by 46, and then beat Loyola Maryland by 42. I think we see similar. I'll lay it.
Yeah, I'll take NC Central, no bet. I'll let it climb. I don't know. I'm not impressed with this Kentucky team. I feel like they lack effort, and Pope just keeps apologizing and stuff. Like, hey man, well, just dominate. But yeah, they have. To you guys' credit, they've dominated these kind of lowly teams. So I probably won't bet it, but I think they're looking ahead to their return game for IU. Very big rivalry. I know they don't have a spot to look ahead after losing 2 in a row, but this is a classic look ahead spot to a bigger game. They still can win by 30, 35 and be happy, still not cover. This is the first time IU and Kentucky has played since that Watt shot and Sweet 16 game in the same year. Calipari's greed kept it away. He wanted to take it to neutral sites, and it's just not how it works. Keep it in college basketball. Crean wanted to keep it in the home-to-home series, and they parted their separate ways. So now they got the home-home series back. Kentucky welcomes IU to Rupp Arena this Saturday. Excited to talk about it on the Friday's Pump Fake Pod. But yeah, I'll take NC Central here on that premise.
And I'll lay it with Kentucky. These are the teams they fuck up. They need to have a shit kicking like they need air, especially after the last 2 games. Yeah, they can, but I mean they haven't done that this year. Their closest game was Nichols. They won by 26. Valparaiso, they won by almost 50. Eastern Illinois, they won by 46. Loyola Maryland was a 40-plus point victory. And they beat Tennessee Tech by 50. This is going to be the worst team they've seen, and they're coming off of an absolute embarrassment. They're going to win this game 104 to 52. Give me Kentucky.
Bet it now if you want to bet Kentucky. This
will be in the 40s tomorrow, and I can't wait to take that. Let's go.
Maryland Eastern Shore is catching 34.5 at Virginia. Give me the over. Virginia's going to get what they want, but this isn't like the slow, grind you down Virginia that we're used to. They're coming off of that big Dayton win in Texas last week, and now they got this game and then Maryland. So potentially just a little sleepy spot, but Eastern Shore can score 60, 65 points. It's not Tony Bennett's defense here, and using 28 seconds on the shot clock. I think Virginia scores. I think Maryland Eastern Shore gets 60 at least, 55, and we can get this game over. So this is a reputation line on how bad Maryland Eastern Shore is in Virginia, but this isn't the same Virginia team. They like to play a little faster, more possession. So give me the over 134.5. Plug your nose.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. They scored 90 against Hampton, and Hampton scored 53. Ryder, this number squeaked over. North Carolina Central, this number squeaked over. I know this is Eastern Shore, so I'm worried about them laying an egg, but I like that over bet. I think that's a potential there. So I may end up betting that, but I don't know. If that's a play that I have in this game, I'll tell you, Trevor, on that.
Yeah, that would probably be what I would tell you on as well, Trev. That'd be the only thing I'd have an interest in playing is that over. Just does scare me that Maryland Eastern Shore, they play at the second slowest tempo in the nation. So, with these teams, when they play, these top tier teams are definitely going to try to limit as many possessions as they can just to kind of stay somewhat close. And Virginia doesn't do a great job at turning people over. So, I expect possessions to be limited. It's just how efficient can Virginia be? And if Maryland Eastern can score, but like you said, even if it's 90-50, that hits the over. So that would be the play. That would be the angle that I would look at. So I'll check the picks page. I might ride that with you.
There we go. McNeese is laying 1.5 at Rhode Island.
No.
Rhode Island off with a Providence loss.
Yeah, now McNeese is going to travel up to Rhode Island from Lake Charles.
And it's a conference sandwich spot. They just had Incarnate Word Northwestern. Now they play this, and they go play East Texas A&M Houston Christian.
And we've seen them on the road already struggle. I mean, for me to be excited to bet an Archie Miller team, if you guys haven't tuned into the Pump Fake Pod, I don't like it. Not just because it's IU performance, just I don't like Archie Miller and the way he coaches. But I'll take it here. I think this is a great spot for Rhode Island. Rhode Island's defense is proven, even against good defensive teams like McNeese State. And now you got Rhode Island at home with Hinton and Tripp. I really like these guys. And I think Rhode Island can potentially get it done. I like them maybe even on the money line, but I'll take them plus 1.5. I think that they come out strong. And it's a really good arena, too, that I think we see Lake Charles and McNeese struggle with, especially in a northeast travel spot coming from the south. Brr. Give me Rhode Island.
Yeah, Rhode Island plus 1.5 for me. I already went over. Terrible spot for McNeese. Rhode Island off the Providence. Pretty sure they got beat down in that one. They lost by 19. So this is a get right spot back home against a good team. Give me Rhode Island.
Yeah, let's we'll squad ride this. I just think it's a super tough travel spot. I think McNeese, they proved that they're, a really good team. I think they're probably the better team on a neutral. But this is just one of those games that, like Ken said, like who the hell would schedule this? You got 2 conference games, then you go to Rhode Island and then back home for 2 more conference games. Just super weird, and all the way up to Rhode Island. I just think that's a tough ask against a pretty solid Rhode Island squad. So ram it here. Rhode Island plus the 1.5.
Let's go.
Squad ride. Columbia is taking on the Seawolves of Stony Brook. They're laying 4.5 on the road in this one.
Okay.
Flow Hoop special.
Flow Hoop special indeed. Let's see. Columbia runs at pace, but not really. They just shoot efficiently, but they run good sets. Columbia allows a good amount of points to some of these teams. I mean, they've kind of been drilling them, but they also can just put up a good amount of points. I don't want to keep taking overs here, but this seems kind of like a low over for a Columbia game, even with a Stony Brook team that, can struggle at times to score, but 80 against Yale, 80 at Brown. They're capable of being able to score. I think this is a spot for Stony Brook, especially at home. You have Columbia that's been solid. They haven't lost since November 10th against Connecticut. They kind of been drilling these teams. Now they got a weird travel spot kind of spaced out. I'll take the dog here in Stony Brook, but I like the over 147.5 a bit more here. I think we can see a good amount of points, and Stony Brook's able to keep up with Columbia offensively based on the cap of them covering. So I like the over there in Stony Brook.
Yeah, I like Stony Brook too. This line just feels incredibly short. Stony Brook off of a loss. I know that doesn't mean shit. It's Stony Brook, but they played Duquesne to a 9-point game on the road. They played Yale to a 7-point game on the road. And, at home, they haven't dropped the game yet. So, I mean, there's that. They beat LMU at home or on the road also by 3. So, Stony Brook's kind of popped up. They've played some of these teams tough. Columbia traveling, short line. Something tells me Stony Brook gets the dub here. So, give me Stony Brook plus 4.5.
Yeah, I'll be on Stony Brook as well, but I do like that over. That kind of intrigued me there, Huff. So I'm going to look into that a little bit more and possibly look at betting that. Stony Brook lost to Columbia last year by 19 there at Columbia. So I think it's a good bounce back spot for them to kind of respond here at home against a team that, New York team, a little New York battle. But so yeah, give me Stony Brook, but I might pull the trigger on that over 147.5.
Yeah, love this. Columbia, shout out Warbucks. Columbia at Cal, December 21st. Yes. And then they have North Florida on the road. So like, yeah, let's just celebrate the holidays out west, then we'll go out to Florida. I don't blame Columbia. Good for them.
We're gonna have almost 2 weeks off after this game.
Yeah, and then they go to Cal. They're gonna get drilled, and then they go to North Florida. It's a good little away spot for them. Great road trip.
Yeah, and that's a good angle too, Trev, that you just mentioned. This is their last game for 12 days. So the Cali trip is their next game. So Columbia might just be, getting ready to study for finals. Gotta get in the books.
It is finals week, yeah.
Ivy League school. They gotta spend their entire brain power. They can't play. By God, they can't do anything besides study during that finals week. So they got to prepare.
This is true. Even more reason. I'll bet Stony Brook now.
Yeah, just go to class. Don't show up, or just show up for the test. Whatever works.
Bucknell's like 1.5 at Ryder. Fucking Bucknell. They were down like 4 starters or some shit last game.
So they're like them with Kentucky could be on my no bet list, which is why I didn't bet lay it with Kentucky. By the way, oh god, Ryder's horrible. They gotta win. I mean, this if Bucknell was playing up to what their projections were this year, this would be like a 4.5 to 6.5 point spread, maybe even more. Even if this game was November 3rd, it would be a 7.5 point spread, even if it was on the road. This game's gross. If Bucknell doesn't get this one and we get a buy low spot for the Bison, you hear that? You hear that? Bucknell, welcome to the list, like Chris Jericho would say. Welcome to the list, Bucknell. If you don't win this one, man, I'm addicted to betting on Bucknell and wasting a bet. But I thought this is a good buy low spot for them for a bad Ryder team. Give me Bucknell. This is your back up against the wall. You're making my no bet list, fuckers.
Yeah, they're missing some guys. Brandon McCreesh hasn't played for 3 games, so he's a normal starter. And then Pat Curtin hasn't played the last 2 either. Not to mention whoever else on this team isn't playing. That was 2 guys at least who've been out.
Whatever.
So they're figuring things out as they go here. I don't know. Ryder's terrible. You lose at home to Coppin State. Like that's tough. Bucknell, no bet. Spend way too much time on this.
No. Bucknell's awesome. They're hilarious this year. Who cares if one 20-year-old is out? Next 18-year-old up. Let's go.
I'll take Bucknell. I don't know if I'm going to actually bet this. don't know if I even want to have to pay attention to this game, even box score watch this game, anything. But I will take Bucknell. I really do think that they are significantly the better team. They have Amon Dories, who should be the best player there on the floor. So I will go with Bucknell minus the 1.5, but I'm probably not betting this because I do not want to pay
I'm
attention.
betting this because it's going to be – they're making the no bet list if they lose to freaking Ryder, man. I don't care if it's a road spot. Welcome to the list.
You just want them to lose now so you can add them to the list.
Yes. Well, and it's not permanent. It's just like a double secret probation, like Kentucky, where we're taking time off. I'm definitely not betting them against IU. Screw that. So they can hush out of here for a little bit, and Bucknell may join them. Shout out my cousin Stephanie, graduated from Bucknell. But you'll make the list too, Stephanie. Oh, you guys rushing to talk this one over Bucknell Ryder? Let's go. Right on. This one's actually
this game will be better, I think.
yeah.
It should be. I mean,
You never know.
This is being played at Cameron Indoor, by the way.
oh yeah, that's what the HBCU. Not classic, but excuse me. They them and somebody else is playing here. I forget who, but I don't want to take NCA or Howard. I mean, both these teams playing a neutral, very even. Catching 4 like that, that's tempting. I mean, Howard can force. They're one of the top 20 in forcing turnovers. Where can get killed is the free throw line here, but it's not like NC A&T is really good at anything. I mean, getting to the line, but they're shooting less than 70%, so that's not ideal. I'll take Howard. I just think catching points, HBCU neutral and Cameron Indoor. I think you're going to get max effort from both. Give me the points, but don't know if I'll bet this one.
Howard has 1-1, lost 1, 1-1, lost 1 every game. It's been there, either near or there. So they just won against Bowie State. But
Howard's already played here too. Actually, they played Duke.
Yeah, last year, whole new team though.
No, this year. No, they played this year.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did play this year. That's right.
They played Niagara at Duke and Duke at Duke.
That's right. Yes.
So they got 2 games on this court.
I'll take Howard on that principle alone, but I'll take Howard. I like the angle. Play with some pride, Howard. I think A&T's a much better team though, but give me the Jordan pinstripe jerseys. Those are fresh.
Yeah, I'll be on Howard as well. This is a classic. I think I'm gonna NC A&T just beat NC Central on the road. Now they go to this neutral. Played Howard. Howard's been on this court. I agree with Ken. I thought Howard was going to be the one favorite. I think personally the wrong team's favorite. I think Howard's the better team. But I will say North Carolina A&T did surprise me against NC Central. They looked pretty damn good. But old school rivalry game. Give me Howard plus the points. Maybe they keep up with the trend of the win one, lose one, win one, lose one, and they lose by 2. But I think this is going to come down to the wire. So give me all 4 of those points.
Retweet. Brown's catching 16.5 at Providence. I want to bet Brown bad. Providence just got their big win. They've got Butler on deck on their on.
Oof. Now we just auto fade that.
Oof. Yeah, that's right.
No, I don't know what just happened. But, I mean, Providence beat Rhode Island by 19. Now you got to go play Butler on the road on Saturday. You get another in-state rival here. I shouldn't say rival, but little brother coming in, looking to prove something. 16.5 is too much for Providence. Congratulations. You beat Rhode Island by 19. Rhode Island, they shot pretty well. 14 to 29 from 3.
Too, Trevor, just sorry to interrupt, but this line is steamed up to 18.5 already.
Good. Let it go. Rhode Island shot 40% inside the arc. Yes, they 14 to 29 from three, but still 17 turnovers. You missed 16 shots inside the arc, and you went 50% at the free throw line. They were never going to cover that game. I'm not saying Brown is as good as Rhode Island, but I don't think they're going to be as rough as Rhode Island looked that game. Providence is not good. Don't let that Fugazi lucky win fool you. They're not good. I'll take Brown. I'll wait on it.
It's like Hasty and Ken are on Howard with us. Let's go. I'm with you, Trev. I think that's a right angle. This Brown Bears team has kind of been semi-feisty as well, too, especially defensively. This is their best test that they've played all season, though, which is a little worrisome. But they've battled. I think that they can battle as well, too. They got a lot of time off also, so I think that they want to come out strong before they go into their little break. We've seen Providence win by 30. Rhode Island, they dominated. I think Brown can do this in a little sleepy spot for Providence here for sure. And shout out Con, man. Justin Herbert potentially has a choke job, and you guys are going over tomorrow's slate. Y'all some real ball knowers. Love the grind. Let's go. Yeah, we go over tomorrow's slate mostly every day outside of Saturday nights, and we'll go over every game. I mean, I have over 700 bets or 600 something bets, like 700 and like something bets now. So craziness, 705 bets this season. We love talking it up, and appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, we're always going to talk about it. I do have Monday Night Football on the TV there, but we care about Brown and Providence more. So thank you, Con Man. Appreciate for the donation.
I would love Chargers to pull this up. Just heads up.
I will be on Brown as well. I'll wait for it to get bet up, even more so if I can. Scares me though because Providence kind of been rolling these teams here as of late. But yeah, I just think it's too many points for a team that holy shit, what a catch. For a team that's off of that rivalry win, and now you're laying another 20. Can they repeat that 2 times in a row? I don't see it happening. I think Brown can stay competitive. Maybe they lose by 16, 17.
Let's go. I got a bet in this one already. Illinois is laying 3.5, 2.5. Shop around in Value City Arena in Ohio State. Over under is not 148.5. It's 157.5, and I already bet it. I think that we see a flying over here, no problem. I think Ohio State has proven that they can score a good amount of points, but also give up points. Now you're playing one of your toughest opponents and that you've seen all season in Illinois, where you give up 82 against Northwestern in a win, 118 against IU Indy, 113. You scored 113 against Mount St. Mary's. I think we see Ohio State's offense give up a good amount of points. Illinois as well, even in a conference. Conference totals, I normally tend to unders, but I don't think we see that here at all, especially with how efficient Illinois has been running. There may be a little hangover spot after playing in Nashville back in Saturday and getting your little guitar and whatever. So maybe I do. I can't bet Ohio State, so I'll just go on the premise that they can score a good amount of points against Illinois. I'm not a fan of this Ohio State team. I agree. I think Value City Arena is a little overvalued. But I think we see this soar up into the 160s. And if I'm looking at it, I think I see Rhythm maybe likes it as well, too. A little peek under the hood for you guys there. So that's the little boost I needed. So I'll take the Illinois-Ohio State over 157.5.
I don't hate it. I'm going to lay with Illinois. Short line, but Illinois has, they did drop a game to Alabama and UConn this year, but I mean, they played Texas Tech, Bama, UConn, Tennessee. They played some tough games. This is a first true road game for them, so that actually, I kind of actually really hate that. I can't back a team in their first road game. Give me Ohio State. It's disgusting, but first road game, Ohio State's they've coming back from on the road, going 1-1, Northwestern, Pittsburgh. Now you get Illinois to open conference play here. West Virginia. Illinois hasn't left home. They played two neutrals, Madison Square Garden, I believe, and somewhere else against Tennessee. Oh, was that Nashville? Yeah, that game was whatever event. I think Ohio State at home, they'll get them. I like this Illinois team, but they kind of just don't look fully 100% clicking. So I think going on the road, first Big Ten conference opener, I think it'll be tough. Give me Ohio State. I think they could shock them here.
Yeah, I'll back the over with Huff. The fact that Rhythm likes it, I like it. I think Ohio State's going to be able to score pretty competitively against Illinois, and I think this game kind of soars over. I see it maybe being played in the 80s. So I will just back the over 157.5. I think, if Ohio State's going to win this game, they're going to have to outscore Illinois. And I see maybe, Illinois a little sleepy coming off that win against Tennessee, but I see that more translating on the defensive end. And then I think they just got to catch up by scoring on the offensive side of the ball. So I will take that over 157.5.
Morgan State's catching 22.5 at DePaul. Where's Cannabis Capper? I know he's laying it with DePaul here.
No,
I know for a fact he is.
Yeah. He hates DePaul. He hates betting DePaul.
Oh, he's gonna lay it. I know him.
No, he's not.
He'll lay it.
No,
he'll lay it.
I'll bet you he won't.
I bet you he does. Morgan State's terrible. This is the game they can drill them. I mean, you go to Mercyhurst and lose by 14. You go to A&T, lose by 6. Old Dominion beats you by 32. Longwood, you lose by 4, and Drexel by 5, both at home. When they've gone on the road, they've gotten pummeled. This is yep. See, there it is. I knew it. I'm with them. I think we laid here. We've got Wichita State on deck. That's on Saturday. That's tough. But I think there's a spot DePaul just absolutely drills them. I mean, Pine Bluff kept it close. I don't think they're going to allow two of these basement dwellers to keep it close on them. I'll lay the 22.5. Not sure if I'll bet it, but I would feel better laying it with DePaul than I would back in Morgan State.
I'll battle. If you bet it, I'll root for you guys. I think DePaul definitely can get it done, but yeah, I don't know. I've bet DePaul this year, but I don't love laying DePaul with that many points. We've seen them do it against Chicago State and Gardner-Webb. I think Morgan State's an equal opponent, so could see them dominating, but I'll bring a knife to a gunfight if you end up betting that, Trevor.
I know.
And hey, I semi got in. I got asked who's your connections, but yeah, so I became a semi fan that way. So yeah, I'm proud of it. Ball State educated, baby.
What an interception!
Oh! Fuck you, Philadelphia! Fuck you, Jalen Hurts, you dumb bitch. Let's go. Please tell me that puts him under 0.4 points. Please. Son of a bitch, he finishes with 4. Well, there goes my fantasy playoffs because Jalen Hurts got 4 points.
No, who cares about fantasy football? We got betting now. Fantasy football is cooked just like the college football playoffs are cooking college sports and everything else is cooking it too. Fantasy's cooked. And we got college basketball. I just want you guys to know, we're talking fantasy. I was 7-0 or 7, and then now I'm 9-5. It's because I'm only freaking caring about this sport. Let's go.
Yeah, I will. I'll take the DePaul team total over. Morgan State's defense is ass. They gave up 87 to Georgetown team who doesn't really score a lot. I think DePaul runs it up, and maybe Morgan State stays in it and scores a little bit, but I'm just going to take the DePaul team total over. 85? Question mark?
I can't do the math.
84, 85.
No, 80. Maybe more than that. 87. 86, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to bet the game, but that'd be my side that I'd play the DePaul team total over.
Penn State's catching 13.5 at IU.
This is up to already 15.5, I believe. I think I would say lay it, but I don't know. I could see a backdoor potentially going. This is Assembly Hall. I think they're going to get up after the kick down against Louisville. And listen, I mean, a Mike Woodson team after that start, they would have lost by 40 points, no problem. At least they fought back somewhat, played tough, got it within a certain amount of points. They don't quit, which is good, even when they're down a good amount. But now Penn State goes into a tough environment like Assembly Hall. Hopefully IU, it's turned into a football school a little bit right now. So hopefully, I'm not worried about the show out there in Assembly Hall. A semi look-ahead spot, though, to Kentucky. But I think they're going to want to come out strong here. But I'm kind of worried about a potential backdoor. I know Penn State's pretty ass, but defensively, against for a Mike Rhodes team, they've let too many bad teams just play close to them. And when they've played even a slightly better competition in Providence, they didn't show out at all. They lost by 12. I like the IU team total over here, 84.5. I think we see this Indiana offense pick it back up, even after shooting terribly at Minnesota, only having 64, 78 against Louisville. They kind of came back and made it a game. I think that they get above 85 here, and we see a dominant performance like we saw against Kansas State. But I think there's a backdoor open potentially. So I'll go with the team total over here as well. I do like that Indiana first half too as well, Ken.
Shout out, Conman. Appreciate the other 5. Hell of a hit for that 5-unit Chargers to cover. Now let's lock in on some CBB, but appreciate the extra 5. Always appreciated.
Another $2 from Conman. Indiana soft. Penn State plus 13.5.
Well, now you see, I hate to go against you after you giving us money, but I'm going to lay it with IU here. Penn State's first true road game. I say true road game because they did go to New Haven, of all places, for their first home game or away game. I think Indiana, they're not going to be messing around here. They've already started Big Ten play 0-1. They're not looking ahead, in my opinion, to Kentucky just because they know what the task at hand is in the Big Ten. I think that Penn State is going to kind of, 8-1 to start the season, kind of like I was foreshadowing there in our previews with that only loss to maybe coming to Providence. Now you go into Assembly Hall. I witnessed it firsthand watching K-State just absolutely melt down, not play good at all. I think Indiana rolls here. I will lay it. They win by 20.
Yeah, lay it. Indiana's gonna fuck them up. Back-to-back losses, and they just lost to Louisville. You lost your home opener to Minnesota, or not home opener, conference opener to Minnesota on the road. Get right spot back against Penn State. Penn State, young and experienced. These guys are going to be in hell going into Assembly Hall, having to play a pissed off IU team. So IU lay it. They win by 20 plus. South Dakota's catching 12.5 at Wyoming. They played last year. Wyoming lost by 1 on the road to South Dakota last year. this is a much better team, a much worse South Dakota team than what they had last year. South Dakota coming from elevation and an overtime loss to come play Wyoming, who was a beat last year. Wyoming a little pissed off, looking pretty good. I mean, they're kind of messing up teams. I mean, Denver, they won at home by 40 plus. They beat Norfolk by 12. Portland, they won by almost 40. Austin P, they won by 14. Fullerton, they won by double digits. Dartmouth, 13. I think is another spot Wyoming just kind of drills them. They remember that from last year. It's South Dakota coming off of Colorado overtime and traveling to Wyoming now, back-to-back travel spots. Yes, and like Warbucks was saying, I didn't know it's higher elevation, but I know it was elevation. So back-to-back elevation games would travel. I'll take Wyoming laying the 12.5 here. Sundance Wicks, and have the boys ready to avenge that loss last year.
Z. Paulson, that Cowboy looks giddy, you can say. Giddy up on Cowboys. Let's go. I'll lay it here with Wyoming and Laramie. I think South Dakota is a solid team, but they're LA Fitness kind of ball. I think Wyoming's defense could be able to disrupt them. I think Wyoming's going to score a good amount of points. So, give me Laramie as well.
Yeah, and Laramie, 2,600 feet higher than Greeley, Colorado, where northern Colorado is. So almost a half a mile higher.
Warbucks topology. Let's go. Love it.
But yeah, I'll take the over here. Over 159.5. I think South Dakota plays with pace, like you said. Wyoming's going to be able to put up a lot of points. I think South Dakota, if they have any chance of keeping it somewhat respectable, they're going to have to score some points. Only thing that worries me is they run out of gas kind of there in the second half, just off the back-to-back elevation spots.
Team totals 86.5. I feel like
Wyoming's.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me.
Spot on. I feel like.
Yeah.
South Dakota's a 72.5.
Yeah, I'll just take the full game over 159.5. If I were on the side, I'd Cowboy up with Sundance Wicks and y'all boys minus 12.5.
Hell yeah. Let's do this game before I have to skedaddle out of here in a couple of minutes. Florida is going to. This is at MSG, so Store South. UConn laying 4.5. I know Florida looked pretty good against Duke on the road, but I mean, UConn at Store South is a different animal. I mean, beat BYU, beat Illinois, beat Kansas, and now you got Florida coming up here. I mean, both these Stores games they've won. Illinois, they won by 13. Florida this will be the back-to-back, basically a back-to-back road game. I know it's not technically in Stores, but MSG is always all UConn fans here. I think laying the 4.5. I think it's a little bit of a value line for UConn, considering Florida just went to Duke, played them tough. I don't know if they can do that again against UConn. They're more experienced, older, they're bigger. I know there's no Cam Boozer on this team, but UConn still has a bunch of pieces that anybody can go off at any night. And playing in Store South never goes well for anybody here. So I'll be on UConn minus the 4.5 here. Danny Hurley's going to have these boys ready to roll.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you here. I think Connecticut's really found their stride. I don't like the transfers that Florida's brought over. I think Condon's obviously great, but just matchup-wise with the pieces with Lee and Flan, it just hasn't been solid in my opinion. So I like Chinyelu, and I like the big guys for Florida, where I think that's where they can potentially win this game down low. But still, you got Carabin and Reeb and Reed. So I don't know, man. I think that it's a possibility that Florida could play tough for sure, but Connecticut gets this done. I think this is going to be a sweaty game. I'll lay it with Connecticut. They end up winning by like 7 or 8, but I think Florida's going to be able to compete for at least the first 35 minutes of this game. Connecticut gets it done in the end with the free throw battle.
I got skedaddle. I did email these slides, so my bad. Someone will just have to download them, but they are emailed. I'll stay in the back so they don't disappear until you guys get them up. But yeah.
Hey, cheers. We'll probably be finished by the time you're done. So have a good one on the firms, and we'll see you tomorrow, my friend. So
Niezerski. Best of luck.
All right. Elliot, sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. No, you're good. I'm just trying to get these loaded. Sorry.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Also, I just want to point out too is that I think the low total, if this was a higher total, it'd fare more on Florida, but a lower total kind of fares to Connecticut. I think their defense is going to be a problem for Florida. So tough start for a national champion, but that's what kind of happens when you lose pretty much your whole team outside of a couple key pieces, and you welcome in some new transfers. It's definitely a tough spot and a tough backpack to carry as well after winning the championship there. So, yeah, what you got here in Florida. But, yeah, I'm with you, LBB. I think I'm going to still lay it with UConn pre-flop, -4.5, but I think you can get some live spots for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think, Terrace Reed possibly going to be out again. He was out on Friday when they played last. He's kind of a game time decision for tomorrow. I know he missed the game. He's missed a few games now with that ankle injury. If he was there, I'd feel more confident in taking taking UConn. I think Florida could cause some issues up on the front court. I just don't think that they have the depth that Florida has there at the front court. But then again, same can be said with UConn exposing them in the backcourt. We've seen Xavier and Lee just kind of get exposed this year so far. I'll ride with UConn -4.5, but I don't love it just because I think Florida can kind of expose them down low a little bit. So that's the only thing that makes me a little bit worrisome. So I would rather find the plus money, kind of like what Hasty and what LaBB was saying, live, see if I can just take a stab at Florida going on a run, getting UConn at plus money or close to plus money, and kind of go from there.
I'm gonna still take it, like I said, but I may join you. Do a little double dip sesh. I don't think UConn doesn't lose this game.
No, yeah.
Colorado State's laying 19.5 against Dartmouth. Dartmouth went to Wyoming and only lost by 13, I believe. Let's see here. Laramie, Wyoming, also very high, much higher than Fort Collins. So Dartmouth already has that elevation here. Colorado State kind of off of a dominant performance against Colorado at home. I can sense a sleepy spot here, and I think this Dartmouth team actually isn't terrible. I'm worried about them laying an egg. I'll let this number climb and take Dartmouth. Probably not bad.
Yeah, I will. I'll be on Dartmouth plus the points. Typical letdown spot after a rivalry win. They're at home, and like you said, Dartmouth coming down actually from an even higher elevation. They're going to be ready. They stayed out there, so not like it's going to make any difference for them. I kind of like how, Dartmouth's one of the Ivy League teams that just basically said fuck finals because I was just looking at their schedule, and they're basically, they play on Saturday, then they turn around and play on Tuesday, and then on Friday, and then they have 10 days off. So not your typical Ivy League school who's should be prioritizing studies apparently. But yeah, I'll be on Dartmouth plus the points. I was just looking to see if there's anything better than 19.5 right now. But I think it's staying below or at least open below 20 just because they want you to bet Colorado State.
I think so too.
So I will be on the Dartmouth plus the 19.5.
finals. He gets study for finals. USC's laying 16.5. Over-unders 161.5 against San Diego, the Toreros. This is a true road game. USC's walking into Jenny Craig Pavilion. Not
Shout out to USC.
Yeah, I love Musselman for that. I'm not buying it. San Diego's hit a brick wall after starting 3-1 on the season. They've hit a brick wall offensively. I think this is a spot for USC. I like the lay it here. I think the over is just a little too high too. I think San Diego won't be able to score as much even with this USC defense. Yeah, USC is going to score a lot of points, but I could see them starting a little sluggish on the road in a weird gym like Jenny Craig Pavilion, but they'll start working out hard in that Jenny Craig Pavilion. No pun intended. Eat that Jenny Craig meal. And let's freaking go USC lay it against Toreros.
Yeah, I think if anybody wants to be on the San Diego side, I would just take them first half plus the points. You could see a slow little sleepy spot, or maybe San Diego get up and be competitive in that first half, keep it within 5 to 8 points. But then I think you see USC just kind of take over, run away with it as we've seen these typical larger favorites do there in the second half. So if you're wanting to be on San Diego, I would just advise maybe just take the first half spread rather than the full game. But yeah, I'll lay it with USC here. This is San Diego State's toughest competition by far. I don't think home court necessarily matters here. I will lay it with USC in the 16.5, especially for the fact that they're off of that Washington home loss where they were up at half by 18 points at half, 18 points. Yeah, they're up 18 at half, and then end up going on. Washington goes 30-13 in the last 10 minutes to win that game by 8. Musselman's not going to be happy about that. I think they come out firing. So lay it with USC here.
And yes, sir, Conman, Jenny Craig Pavilion. We talk all things college basketball every night other than Saturday, every game. We love it. We breathe college basketball. Bleed it. Northern Arizona's catching 17.5 against Arizona State. Northern Arizona got absolutely creamed by the other Arizona, but Arizona is much better. Arizona State off a semi-home win in the Suns Arena against Oklahoma. I could see, now they won by the same amount, 16 against Oklahoma. Now the books bring this number out. I think Northern Arizona can get up against Arizona State here on a sleepy spot. I know this is in Arizona State, but we've seen a Bobby Hurley team kind of stumble even after a win. Maybe this Arizona State team's different. I do like watching them. They're definitely improved. But I think Northern Arizona can compete here in a intrastate game battle here. This is a big spot for them. They got up against Drake a little bit, only lost by 5, but and then, like I said, got drilled by Arizona. So could be some issues, but Northern Arizona likes to take it inside a lot, and that's where Arizona State's defense is the weakest. They kind of struggle in the interior versus playing the perimeter good defensively, and I think that's where Northern Arizona can try to do and limit possessions. So I will continue to let this climb as well too, and take the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, I am right there with you. Arizona State, they shot about 55% from 3 in that game against Oklahoma. Oklahoma really couldn't shoot the ball whatsoever. So I think you saw a terrible performance from OU, and then you saw a pretty damn good performance from Arizona State. I think we get a prideful performance here from Northern Arizona against another in-state foe. I think that, Arizona State, this is like the hangover after the first game back is kind of my cap on this one. And I think, they're Saturday, they're going to, speaking of another stadium, Lee's Family Forum in Henderson, Nevada, where they'll take on Santa Clara in a neutral game. So I think, could be a little bit looking ahead to a solid Santa Clara team on deck. So yeah, give me the Lumberjacks here. I think that they keep it close, keep it competitive. And I will ride that.
Final game of the night, San Jose State is laying 7.5 against Long Beach State. Over-under is 141.5. I got a bet here. It's the Long Beach State team total under 66, 68.5, whichever it is, in that range. We've seen Long Beach State actually. They've eclipsed this number since November 16th, or since November 12th. Outside of that, they've gone well above this number. Now we see the team total kind of set at a low number, and it's because San Jose State kind of likes to play at a snail's pace. Defensively, they're not too bad, but Long Beach State offensively can be a problem, and we've seen them kind of step it up as of recent. I think they're due for a regression spot here, but it's too much points for the spread for me to take, but I will take the team total under for Long Beach State in this one.
Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and lay it here. No. I don't know what to do in this game. I'll lay it here with San Jose State. But I don't know if I'm going to bet this. Is this standalone? Do we have to bet it? I know it's probably one of the.
It's not a standalone.
Yeah, I'll lay it with San Jose State, but no bet for me.
All right, and that is the Pump Fake Pod for the Super Tuesday slate. Got about 20-something games to bet on, 35 total, but some D2 games for sure. Tomorrow, a little more games as well. 29 games, I believe. Or, no, excuse me. 29 games, actually, for tomorrow. And then Thursday, we only got like 8. Friday the same, and then Saturday we got like 90-something games to talk about for that Friday night slate. Can't wait.
Redemption.
Fun time. Yeah, redemption. We won so many Saturday slates last year notoriously, but hey, Elliot, like I said, we battled. We were absolutely shooting up bricks early in the slate, but I spoke. You had 24 and 31 Saturday, 23 and 31 for me Saturday. So, but we're better than that. If you're new here and tuning in, like I said, I am 700 plus bets. My season total is 387, 308-1 plus 29.15 units. I strictly bet half units. Don't buy juice. I don't do it. If you look at the pick sheet, I strictly bet half units. Yeah, I may win only a 40 here, whatever, a 0.4, a 0.45, a 0.46 here and there, 0.47. Maybe even the plus money bangs. But over time, how many bets that you add up at volume, it adds up. And yeah, the whole history is there. Continue riding with us. Continue fading us, whatever you might want to do. Find the right time, because we will certainly talk about every game possible. Elliot, how you feeling? How about you share the rhythm play of the day? We'll get out of here.
Yeah, feeling good, man. Was glad I was able to catch this. I was possibly going to go to the K-State Mississippi Valley State game, but decided to stay home, which thankful I was, so I could catch the full show and be on with y'all. Always fun chopping up the slate, no matter how big or small. We don't discriminate. I don't see any slate as an ass slate in my.
No, none of that. Don't listen to that negative energy.
But yeah, so before we go, just want to shout out Rhythm again. Rhythm AI, our premier sponsor here on the Pump Fake Pod. Backed with data and analytics. We always share a rhythm play of the day. So our rhythm play of the day for tomorrow is Ohio State, Illinois over 157.5. That's Ohio State and Illinois over 157.5. Huff was talking about it earlier there on the show. We should see a lot of points. I think if Ohio State's going to be competitive, they're going to have to hang with the scoring that Illinois has. Maybe a little sleepy spot for Illinois. I think in terms for me, that means more on the defensive end, a little bit more lackadaisical. So I think we see a lot of points there. And, the fact that Rhythm is able to back that as well kind of further solidified our thoughts on it. And we knew we needed to lock that in as the rhythm play of the day. So shout out to Rhythm. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's ride that over 157.5 in the Illinois-Ohio State game, and we'll see you at the pay window.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks, Elliot. What time tomorrow, Virgil, my man? 11 Eastern tomorrow. So we'll be back to our normal time. We started probably around 11 anyway this time. So, yes. We will be 11 Eastern tomorrow. Make sure to hit that like button on this video. It helps us out. We give you free. We're always going to be free. As long as you got YouTube, you got to pay for internet. But as long as you got YouTube, you don't need premium to watch us. We're free. We're going to be free. We don't have Dub Club. We don't have paywall. None of that. We're going to be a free show for you guys and grind our hours daily to give our best picks and our best caps and. Hitting the quick like button helps us out, so I'd appreciate you guys. And for everyone that donated to us, thank you. Puzzo, appreciate you. Trevor, stop vaping. I think he should vape green, not a blueberry cotton or whatever. Appreciate you guys. Ian Lawson, thank you. Ian, appreciate you. Con Man, thanks for the triple donation tonight. NFL, talking NFL, Chargers, good hit. And Indiana is a little soft. I agree as an IU fan. But they're not soft in football. Everyone needs a Signetti. And, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We go live almost every time. And, Con Man, if you want to look at our picks as well, too, appreciate the support there. Our pick sheet is on the description page of this video, the comment-like description. And then also if you go to @PumpFakePod on our X/Twitter, it's the pinned tweet here. So I will go ahead and just drop we dropped the
I just dropped it in the chat.
Oh, you did? Okay, thank you. Yes. Yeah, so if you can go to that. It's got all of our picks history. I've been doing this for not the Pump Fake Pod, but I've been capping public for this is my 5th year now, but I've been really doing it for like 10 or 11 years. Not going to say my age, but 10 or 11 years. This is what I love. I love college basketball. We wanted to do the Pump Fake Pod. We were talking to some walls there, and then a couple OGs in the chat that are still in the chat today started tuning in and met a good community. And college basketball community is fantastic. Some great college basketball podcasts that we've branded with TCE and College Experience, Kyle Kerm's show. We've really enjoyed this whole college basketball community, and the betting community has been great. And appreciate you. So hit that subscribe button. We'll be chopping it up a ton and go to that pick sheet. Everyone posts it by the morning. I'll get it in now. But yeah, up almost 30 units. Let's get back to the 30-unit column. Let's figure it out, huh, Elliot? Elliot's chasing that too. He's got to be close. He's 315, 288, and 2. I'm 387, 308, and 1. I mean, we are chopping ball and betting ball as well too. So a lot of bets, 700 plus bets for me, and almost 600 plus bets for Elliot. So yeah, love it. Pumped up for the Pump Fake Pod. Appreciate you guys all in the chat. You guys are the realest. Appreciate all you guys. Elliot, any final thoughts here?
No, man. I'm just ready for tomorrow to start so we can get some basketball going again. I wish there was like a Hawaii play of the day or something, or a Hawaii game going on right now. Just because to have something to watch, put me to sleep. But we'll wake up, do it all over again tomorrow, chop up another slate, and hopefully cash some tickets, or at least give some good knowledge for everybody here in the chat to be able to cash some tickets, because that's what it's all about.
American, this is all it is. That's what it's all about. Whether we're talking American, we're talking UMBC, we're talking Connecticut, doesn't matter. We love them all. We don't discriminate against college basketball teams. We love them all and accept them all. And how do we find out what college basketball is? And how do we bet these teams? And how do we find these spots for a team that is a 4 seed in March Madness with 11 losses? You know, you got to find the wins, you got to find the losses versus betting the teams. But you never know. It's sometimes some things go up, some things go down. How do we figure it out? I'll leave you guys with this one to close out the show.
Amazes you, then you don't know anything about basketball. You're illuminating your relative lack of knowledge of the game with a statement like that. Basketball has been full of that kind of thing. You know, you have a team that plays a little bit better today than maybe it normally plays, and a team that doesn't play quite as well as it's capable of playing, and you get a big differential in a score. Next time the two teams play, maybe the team